Hello and welcome to a little miniature R&R workshop, something or other. Here we've got a Danelectro something. Danelectro, not known for quality. What else can you say about it? Really basic parts. Sometimes you just got to go with what you go with. Everything about them is super cheap, super simple. Kind of like, I guess a celebration to an homage really to someone who would just make a guitar in their garage and leave it as is. The pickup adjusters, the height adjusters are in the back here. Don't see that very often, if ever at all. There is a sort of like a brass or some kind of a metal nut, so that's kind of cool. And the neck is all right. When you're playing a guitar, really, ultimately, you have to have a decent neck, and everything else, I think, comes kind of, second place. But the cool thing about a Danelectro guitar is, once you get past the idea that it's probably made for about, 35 quid in parts or something like that, yes, okay, lawsuits are going to come in now. They're fun. They're really, really fun guitar to play. And I think there's a psychological thing with that, because it's not, a Les Paul or an SG or a Flying V or some, big name. It's a Danelectro at the end of the day. It's not worth a whole lot. But I think that's maybe what makes it kind of more fun to play, because you don't feel like you're playing a museum piece. It's just something to twiddle away. The controls on this one are pretty simple. The wiring is a bit weird. I had to draw it out. I couldn't quite figure it out when it came in. I knew it needed a new switch, and I just couldn't figure out what is it supposed to do. Because down you've got your bridge, up you've got your neck, and in the middle there you've got the bridge and the neck, but they're in series, unlike a Les Paul where things work in parallel. The pickups on these are, what were they, about 2.5K each, DC resistance, so they're not very hot. So when you put them in series, you get 5K, which is nice. If you put them in series, you get one, or if you put them in parallel rather, you'd get like 1 something K, and that seems to be really weak. But even from the diagram, I was looking at the way I drew it, I was like, how does this work? Oh, screw it, I don't care, because the switch needed to be replaced. And from there, hurrah, it all works. You've got concentric controls here. That's kind of cool. So you've got, your volume and tone stacked up, one per pickup there. This pickguard is, well, it's a bit shit, really. It's kind of like a thin thing of MDF with some, white material, and it was flapping right off. So I just put some sticky back tape on there just to do that. The bridge just sort of sits on a couple of screws, some countersink screws. It just sits there like that. You got little indents in the back, little cut-ins for your strings to go on. The saddle, or the bridge proper, is a piece of wood, and it's at a little bit of an angle there for your intonation. There is no way I'm going to sit here and try to get that perfect. It's a straight line. I just position it roughly and go, yeah, just leave it like that. You can sort of, shift them around, but it's a Danelectro, and it's just kind of fun to play. And that's if you don't suck. If you suck, it's still kind of fun anyway. But if you don't suck, it's going to be even more fun. Did you see how much fun I was having there? Really, really lots and lots of fun. I am really, really fun at parties. Just don't let me play a guitar. So that's it for R&R Workshop today.